testing. Whole like a whole hour late to my own anniversary. It's crazy, isn't it? Hello. It should be working. Just gonna like not have a long intro this time. Just get straight to it. I haven't. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty late already. Okay. Pretty much gonna start from scratch. I didn't even prepare my purif at all. I'm just gonna try my best. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Should be fine now. So you see on the title, it's August 1st. Well, very late into August 1st for me. But this is when I started to do 3D back in like 2017, August 1st. That was in Maya though. But I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but let's kind of just go ahead and jump into making or starting a model. And yeah, I'm already late, so I'm just gonna jump into it. I don't even have my camera ready. I didn't want to like delay it till tomorrow because that would work. Just let me put this on. Alright, so I'm just gonna, this is attempt 2 technically on explaining what I'm doing. Are we still in that verse 2017? Oh my god. So I guess anyways, so we're pretty much gonna start off from a sphere, but before anything, I'm just gonna set up the collection with cameras, and then put the default one into that collection. And then I like to name my cameras as A1, A2, A3, etc. And then the actual objects would just be, I call it rough because that's pretty much what's happening with the sculpted mesh. It's really rough, and I color it in red. And then now this one isn't based on a reference. I just have something in mind. So usually what I would do is, hey, Mitri, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Why is this low? Okay. And then I go on to the View tab on the perspective camera, not on any camera, if that makes sense. I just change it to 80mm. Oh really? That's cool. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here. And then, yeah, with the default camera, if it's based on a reference image, would load in an image under the camera or data properties, and then enable the background images, and then load in the camera or image that way. I guess let me still load in something, because the character we'll be making is, where is it? This character in this outfit, but not in this pose though. So originally it's like doesn't fit. So I just either fit or crop works. Just gonna go with crop, and then I'll just scale it like that. This is the closest thing to Spotlight, at least here. I don't like to put it in the actual 3D space, if that makes sense. So that's just what I like to do. But yeah, so we're making this character. If you haven't seen the thumbnail, it's right there on the thumbnail on that outfit. You can put in multiple, and then you can adjust it with the offset. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And the reason why is, like, you know, it kind of like stays there. I don't know. I actually haven't looked into it, if there is. Clip it for a white t-shirt. I should be doing that, but I just don't. So yeah. Okay, so let me save this so I can. It's important to save. Why wouldn't you save? Call it Xuan B1. Alright, so I start off with the sphere because it's just how I've been starting it off for like forever. You can start off with the cube, and then subdivide it multiple times that way. Yeah, just that way with the cube. Maybe it's a little bit better because the sides are already kind of flat-ish, and you'll see in a bit on why that could be better to start off. But we're just gonna start off with the sphere, and then you could subdivide it a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because we're just gonna use the remesh. This isn't really a super beginner friendly tutorial, I guess. I don't know. It's just more of like how to really start a character. We're just gonna be using remesh here. If you use ZBrush, it's called Dynamesh. I use Dynamesh in ZBrush a lot. So this is pretty much what it's called here, remesh. Now, the first thing though is my hotkeys are different. I'm using industry standard hotkeys, so the hotkeys are going to be different from default hotkeys, but it's here in the menu. Also, it's up here on the top toolbar or whatever it's called. This is where you can change the remesh. Damn you. I know. That's the thing that's one of the main reasons why I haven't really done a tutorial, is because of that. Because when I first started to use Blender, I did manage to learn the hotkeys, the default hotkeys, but not all of them, and I was like struggling to really use Blender because I was still using Maya and ZBrush. So we're gonna, for me, it's Control-Shift-D to get the remesh little square, or to adjust the density, and then I'm just gonna keep it low. Maybe something like that, and then press Control D, and you can see here the value of that right here, just for anyone that's actually trying to follow along. So I'm going to go into Sculpt mode, which is, for me, is 5 and then down by menu. Turn on symmetry, and then I'm just gonna drag the front down. Okay, maybe I'm trying to get a good size here. Just keep dragging the front down. A little shape like that. Dragging the sides. And pretty much have a super basic start of a head. Very basic already. And I'm just gonna come in the back and drag up a little bit. Also using Blender to blend in with the open source community. Don't worry, your Maya habit is safe with me. Wow. Amazing. So yeah, this is what we have. For me, I'm actually going to turn off the grid while I'm still moving around. I kind of only want the grid to welcome to the stream. I kind of only want the grid to be visible when I'm in orthographic view, like this. I'm not sure how to disable that regularly, to be honest. Or I believe it's this one right here. These little, the overlay button, and then the axis. This is where you would originally disable it, right there. So we have our little basic head shape right here. And then I'm just gonna go to the bottom view, get the mask brush, kind of go in the back-ish here. Maybe a little bit bigger actually. Just a little bit bigger. And then invert, which is Control I for me. I'm not sure what that would be for you. Brush. The drag brush. Let's see, okay, that's a little bit too in the back. Just gonna drag down something like that. Clear mask. Smooth. Still haven't remeshed yet. Smooth here. And then just gonna move it a little bit to the front, or to -Y. And then I'm just gonna come down here to the neck and drag it to -Y. And I feel like this is a little bit too high. And then remesh. And then the front orthographic view, let's just drag the bottom out a little bit. So the one thing is trying to keep this angled a bit. It is nice. Yeah. Let's have a shape like this, kind of. And then remesh. And then maybe try this in a little bit. With a jaw is. Just I'll make the chin a little bit longer, a little bit. And now this is a little bit too rounded here, so I'm just gonna go forward a little bit with the chin, smooth this out, because you don't want this to like that. So I'm just smoothing it with shift, so it has this angle. Trying to keep in mind that since it is an anime style head, the head is like giant. So now I'm kind of deviating away from like a realistic, and kind of breaking the proportions a bit. Yeah, you do want it big. And then I'm gonna do a symmetrize How do you do that regularly? I forgot. Because I have it right here for myself. But I forgot how to do it regularly. Is it... Surely it has to be here somewhere, right? Symmetrize. You can just Google it. You just Google it, you know, where it is on the menu. Hold on, where is it? I want to show it on the menu first before saying hotkeys. Sculpt. Oh my gosh, dude, come on. Because I think the biggest issue with anything with Blender tutorials on YouTube is that they immediately tell hotkeys for beginners, and I think that's like, oh duh, right here, symmetrize. So this is like mirror and weld. Of course this would, oh my gosh, it's doing that again. So it's basically mirror and weld and ZBrush. If you use ZBrush, symmetrize is what it does. So like if I were to do a change here, like that, now it's doing negative to X, right? It's just taking whatever this side and just moving it to here. Any good sources to learn anatomy for 3D sculpting? There's a lot of stuff for drawing, but not sculpting. To be honest, not really. The way that I learned was realistic and then to like anime style. But when it comes to like specifically anime style, I actually have not really seen any videos for that, at least when it comes to sculpting, because most of the tutorials is like either vertex extruding, so it's either like making a cage like this type of thing, or like even box modeling, I guess. So I don't know. I actually don't know any good sources on that. Arcus. Has Arcus done a tutorial though? I don't know any like specific creator who has done like a very specific anime tutorial, but like sculpting though, I don't know. I actually don't know. Trying to keep the head big. So I really should have prepared that image. The issue is like I had a lot of references on a PRF, and I don't know where that PRF went. I don't know. So I'm just moving the forehead a little bit forward a bit. And then yeah. Let's put in the ear. Let's go ahead and add the ear. Give me a second. BRB. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna change to MatCap to this one. Just add in a sphere. It doesn't matter the density at all, at least right now. The sphere I'm just gonna push in like this. Go up here, down here, so you have a shape like this. Like a bean shape, I guess. And then the back just a little bit, right here. And then go to the front, on the bottom, go drag to the negative X. And then until you have like a shape of something like that. And then I'll explain how to make it not too high or too low. Like that looks fine, but we have to put in the eyes to really see if it's fine or not. And let me sculpt in. For some reason, default, they have the size pressure off. If you're using a tablet, it's kind of annoying. I don't know why they did that. That's my sister, actually. Yeah. And I also don't know all the muscles, so I'm just gonna do a whole bunch of sculpt this to here. So yeah, just bear with me. I'm gonna do like a V-shape sculpt here with the neck, and that goes behind the ear, like behind the ear here. But I'm just gonna smooth it a little bit. And use the crease tool to not go in the middle like that, but kind of like next to what I just sculpted. Something like that. And then kind of where the end of the ear at the bottom here, with the crease, just go a little, dig in a little bit, just a little bit. And then you'll get the shape like the neck. It's still basic. We'll come back to it later. Now I'm just gonna use the grid as a reference point here, actually. And I'm gonna use this line right here because we originally started the sphere in the center, and then we were like dragging in it like outward, up and down, whatever. So I'm just gonna use this as the reference point for the eyes. So I'm just gonna use the crease tool and dig in a bit here. Now that's still too high, so I'm just gonna like go down a little bit. And then keep going down. So this is where our eye will be, our eyes. Oh really? It's great that your sister supports you. Sometimes when I stream, my sister shows up too. That's cool. That's really cool. So yeah. Now at this point, let's go back to where the chin is, because it's still too rounded, I think. So I'm just gonna try to get a little bit of a straight line here, a bit with the chin, and then with the mouth. When I do another explaining my process, I'll have like I should definitely get like images prepared to like really like visually show it better. But when it comes to the mouth, this is where I kind of eye it, to be honest. I don't follow like a very strict like proportion. Don't tell Spongy. She's your sister. I think he may know already. I don't know. I'm just gonna push out a little bit. And that's it, really. That's pretty much it. And then I feel like the chin could be a little bit longer. Just a little bit. And then bring it forward a little bit. Smoothing, so it creates a little bit of a, so it goes in a little bit, so you have like that shape. So it's still not enough detail to really know where the ears should be, but I think I should make the neck a little bit longer. Okay, and then I'm gonna create a face set here where I just did the eye, and then all the way down to the jaw-ish. With masking. So I'm just masking. Let's make sure this is kind of straight. And face set from masked. And then you have a face set there. Clear. I still think this should be like coming out a little bit. I know that some artists, how should I say that? Some artists that I watch that do anime style would mention, or like they would mention that to keep the face flat, like something like that, and then also to keep the back of the head flat, more flat. To be honest, I don't exactly agree with that. I'm still trying to keep the like shape of the head. Again, this is where I should have an image to show an image, because I noticed that in some, not in some, but like a majority of like the side views in anime, like it actually has depth, if that makes sense. It's not like flat. Yeah, it just depends on what you want to do, I guess. But I'm still trying to keep the shape of the jaw and the head. So let's do extract face set, because I'm going to separate the to where the jaw to the eye is, basically. Now, there's probably a better way to do it, but this is how I kind of do it. So after doing the face set extract here, And then I'm just gonna increase the thickness to all the way something like that, so it fills up the hole there. And then do a remesh, and then just smooth it out. This top part out. And then that's you can either use the move brush or crease sharp, or what, there's another crease here brush, I forgot what it was called, jaw sharp, just to push in the mesh in. The reason why I like to do that is I like to have it separated. Welcome, Shoeboy. Welcome to the stream. I like to keep it separated, so it's easier to adjust. So I still think it's actually too high. Let me go to random. You can change that up here. Viewport shading to random. That's where it is. Again, I'm showing you where it is on the menu first and not saying hotkeys, because I think that kind of overwhelms beginners. That you need to press Shift X plus 2 plus 2 to get this. Especially how Blender is. I don't like how they do their hide menus and stuff. And then I'm just gonna go to the extracted face, smooth it. Again, you don't really have to separate it, but I like to separate it because it just helps me kind of adjust it a little bit. So I'm just moving, I'm basically moving this down, the top part down a little bit more, and then going back to the main mesh, and then using the crease tool to just dig in a bit. So something like that. And then go back to this purple one. And then use the crease, kind of try to define nose. So this is a little bit, it's coming out too much. Really like push it in though. Push it in out of the way. Now because it is anime, it's pretty simple nose. Just gonna smooth this part out more. This area, it's just smoothing, so that you have the cheekbone coming out. Just gonna drag out the nose a bit. It's very low res, but at least have the start of a nose. Something like that. We'll adjust it later. Just smoothing it out. And I think I'm just gonna push the chin back a little bit. There's like an angle here, if you can see that. See that better? This is silhouette. Again, the head is huge. Keep that in mind. Very big. Keep it big, really big. Just making some adjustments. Okay. So now the ear's too high. So I'm using this line that I just made, the extracted mesh. This top line determine the height of the ear, and let me put in a cube. So this is where the eye is ish. It's still pretty low res right now, but the middle of the eye is like somewhere right there. Basically, the way to understand it is to have the ear like the top of the ear a little bit kind of still above that line. So that's how I determine the height of the ears. That's how I do it. Yeah. Hey Galactic, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Just trying to make sure so I just dragged the forehead a little bit forward like that. So we have a very basic head. At this point, you could save this and use it as a base mesh as a starter if you want to save time. I would do that. Why not? I'm just gonna make the cheeks a little bit puffier, I guess? I don't know how to say it. So from the top view, you should be able to see it a bit. So you have like the nose, and then you have the cheek coming out like that. And yeah. Make a new save iteration. And then I think I might, let me see. Let me just look at her face. Or actually, one thing I forgot too is I do like to go to Clip Studio and crop out the face of like the reference or whatever character you're making. Just give me a second. Just give it a second. One second. 1 second. Let me open the character. And then let me change it to Clip Studio. Which one is it? one. I just like to crop out the face here. Something like that. And crop. And then export PNG. I'm just gonna call it face ref, I guess. And go back to Blender. And click on the camera. Background images, add image. I'll create a new section here. And here, same thing. Either fit or crop. Whatever works. And then scale. And front. And scale a little bit. Hey Chris, just 2 days ago was my 3rd year into Blender. Your work is great inspiration, huge factor into continuing 3D artwork. Keep being amazing. Thank you so much. That's cool. That's your 3rd year 2 days ago. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so could adjust the opacity here. And then sometimes I like to move the camera. So all I'm doing is just the locking the cam. You could do it this way too, overlaying the reference. Just to like check or see. And then am I unlocking it right? So I can zoom out again. That's the one thing I like. That's the main reason why I like to put it on the camera. It's because of that. So you can just like, you know, move it around or move the image around. Type of thing. So let's make a little bit of adjustments there. The chin. Keeping it low. Okay, wait, this nose might be a little bit too. Let's drag back a little bit. Smooth out here a little bit. Just a little bit. I think I should, let's see. I could merge now. It may seem like extra work to separate this and then go back to merging it. But it's just how I like to do things. It's just how I like to do things. And then with this, put a little bit more density. What's the value there? Smooth. Or remesh, and then smooth. And then I'm just gonna smooth. Pretty much everything, really. But not too much. So you kind of keep the jaw shapes and then those types of shapes. smoothing. Keep smoothing. Smooth. I feel like this is digging in too much. Smooth. Keep smoothing. More smoothing. And let's see. Drag down the jaw a little bit. Now just this shape is happening, which I not liking too much. Just keep smoothing. I think it's the head shape here. Just like looking at it and trying to make adjustments as I can. Alrighty, Nickies, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Especially on my anniversary that I was late to do. Which is crazy. Who would be late to their own anniversary? See you later. See you later. Yeah. I think that's good for now. Kinda lost this detail on the neck a little bit. Kind of put it back here. I don't know the specific muscle name, but I always like to add this here. And then a little bit. Yeah, so I used the call them clay strips to add it back, and then I just smooth it, increase sharp from like the middle outward, or pretty much right next to it. So you have that shape, but then I'm smoothing a little bit, and clay strips to kind of put in the neck, the middle. Out a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah. And then I'm gonna add the body sphere, another sphere. Kind of scale it a little bit. Put it there, a little bit, right there. And then let's see what else. I guess I could merge the ear, but I'm just gonna put more. I'm gonna remesh it and then put a little bit more detail on that. Just a little bit. Apply the mirror, and then the main head, join, and then remesh. Or actually, we'll just leave it like that for now. Have it joined. Let's go to the body for now. So with the body again, I'm just gonna remesh. Not too much though. Let's keep it low. From the side view, drag like angled here. Drag down the bottom like that. Remesh. And I think maybe a little bit more. It's like angled, and then I'm just gonna try to maintain that volume from the side view. We're still in the side view. And then from the bottom again, drag back. Okay, this needs to be longer. From the bottom, drag back. So you have a shape like that. And then with this, you kind of visualize that angle there. Just drag it down a little bit more. Smooth. So this needs to be pretty long. Remesh. So from the side view, that looks fine, but the front view looks weird. So I'm going to increase the brush size, and then from the top, drag out, and then from the top more, drag more out, remesh. And then a little bit more. I decreased the brush size. And more on the top, drag out a bit. So it's kind of like a, so you have that shape going, at least on the top part where you'll make the torso. And then from here, from the bottom where the pelvis is, just drag out. And I'm just adjusting more. Just gonna scale the middle toward each other, I guess. Drag a little bit more. So you have like a very basic silhouette of like the torso. Drag a little bit outward. Maybe this could be wider. Trying to like visualize where the like the hips, and then the hips to like the shoulder, something like that. Okay, I don't have my reference set up, which is not great. Still, when you're sculpting, I should have said this in the beginning. When you're sculpting anything, like the human body or whatever, always have reference. Always have like real life reference. If you can find them. You can find those like God, I'm talking a lot. You can find them in like ArtStation, Flip Normals, of like those reference pictures. Of course, this isn't the This is not the original one. That's not gonna help. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to find this. Nope. It's a very specific reference. Where the freak did I put it? That's the question. Where is it? Hold on. There it is. It should be here. It should be on this one, right? It's not on this one. Come on, man. I apologize. I don't know where I put this. Where is it? Professional 3D artist. Okay, Galactic. Alright, man. I get it. I'm not professional. Here it is. Here it is. It's so large that it takes a while to load. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This one. How could I show my pure ref here? Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna show my pure ref. So I use, I like to use this reference a lot. Holy shit, I'm confusing myself with all these windows. The links to them... oh shit, Shoeboy. That actually fucking scared me. I was like, did I fucking show it? For some reason that really like scared me. The link to these are... they are in my Discord, but you can find them on this website. Like, you legitimately like scared me. Fuck. Come on, man. What are you doing? You can't scare me like that. And then I have more. Now these, the ones that I'm about to put in here are from like ArtStation. That I got in ArtStation. Is there more references? So wherever you can, definitely get references because it's very important to sculpt a good good body. Sorry, this may take a little bit because I have to move these two here. Wow, I don't have any of these on here. It's not great. That should be fine, right? The only drawback of these are like freaking massive in size. I don't know where I got this from though. It's somewhere on Twitter, probably. And then, of course, anatomy from sculptors. Check out their art station. Very important. Very good reference. And let me get these two. Oops. I think that should be good before my PC explodes. Is there any? Where's the other one in that? Oh yeah. So organized too. And then actually the very last one would be this one. Oops, not that one. This one. This one is from Anatomy from Sculptor's website, because they have a model that you can view in 360, which is really nice. Yes, I think that's fine. I don't have... Oh, I don't have the... Oh, here it is. Here's the... Oh, it was all together though. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so let's how can I make this not too big? I'm gonna go to this one from the back. Okay, so we're gonna sculpt in the back. As a start. And then so I'm basically can I it's not possible, is it? Freak. I'm just like going down and then going in circles. I'm just trying to get volume on the back. And then the crease brush, go in the middle. Not yet, actually. And then now the back is this This is a part where I would have a hard time explaining because I just have to like, this is very like just do it type of thing. Now from the top view, this is way too how we say it, like the shape is kind of there where the shoulders are, but this middle part has to be like more in. Like that. Put in the shoulder blades. Yeah, so what I just did, I just put like volume. So I just like went downwards like that. I'm just trying to keep putting more in there. Remesh. Use the crease sharp, and then I'm just gonna go have a line. It's like that, and then down. And then I'm gonna use scrape fill. More on the middle though for this brush, so that when I look at it from the top view, there's this here that kind of goes in and then comes out. This is where like the shoulder blade is, which is not correct still. I'll go back here. Use the move brush to drag out a little bit. Drag out the tummy a little bit. And where's the pelvis is. Kind of drag it out a little bit. Drag out, keep dragging out, put some volume in there. Trying to keep the chest flat here. The pecs. And still gonna drag out the tongue a little bit. Damn me up. Oh my god, I just barely read that. Next time I'll dab you up. Sorry. I have a shape like that. It's still not there yet though. And then I'll explain the shapes to look for in a bit. I just have to do it right now. Drag out, I believe it's called the deltoid muscles, the shoulders. So I'm just kind of dragging it out more. So I drag out the deltoid muscle, I believe that's what it's called. And then I'm coming up here, not like too far left or too far right, but like kind of in the middle. Kind of go down, and then from where you drag down, just go a little bit to the right, just positive X. So from the front view, you have that shape here, and then so like from the sphere that we just did, you just want to keep the that oval shape and change it to normal, like the shape with like the torso and then like the bottom like that, like this shape here. And then yeah, I don't know if that made sense. No, let's so you have like that angled shape here. Remesh, just put the collarbone. Actually, let's go back to the neck, kind of make it, push it more toward the center. Okay, for the collarbone, I'm just gonna make, or actually maybe it's not enough geo right now. Let's increase the density a little bit. Just gonna smooth. I wonder if this could illustrate it. Here. I'm just gonna go in and then out, and then this goes all the way to the top of here, of where we just dragged out. But then it also goes a little bit more, so in a circular fashion, I guess. You make this here, but you make it here, so it comes out a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now this is too straight. Could stylize this, really. I've seen ones where the collarbone is really curved. Like that. It's whatever you want to do. Just gonna curve it down a little bit. Push this up. Remesh. So we have that going on. Do you want to keep this slanted like this? We should have a very basic female body shape. You could use this as a base mesh. You could reuse it and then just start it off from here. The angles. Again, maybe this is a little bit too high. And then clay strips. The front part of here, I go this way. And then crease a little bit next to that clay strips, and then with the crease I'm gonna very lightly make a line here the bottom of the collar bar. And then kind of where this part here kind of goes in a bit more. It's too big. Just a little bit. So you kind of define that part of the muscle there. Again, you can kind of see that here. This is kind of what I'm trying to do there. But also not trying to make it too real though. I guess we can go back to the back. That's why I like this reference a lot, because they have like different lighting. What's a scan of somebody? But these different lightings really help a lot. I think this one's better. Going back to the back, use this scrape again just to flatten the middle part out, because this looks way too not interesting. And then you could use the crease, and then from kind of where the middle part. Is the music too loud, or is it fine? I'm just gonna go down a bit. So it has that shape. So this is where I don't have it here, but yeah, I don't have it. Dang it. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to try to explain it. So it went that way, right? And then to form the butt, we kind of have a little bit of the shape of the butt, a little bit, but from not too lowish. But I like to use these grid lines as a reference. Kind of in the middle of it. Kind of go up a bit. So you have that shape. Just like a diamond here. Ish. Right here. Let's see. I'll try to define the shoulder blade a little bit more. I'm gonna go in at the top of where this line was to define it. I feel like this two together. I'm just gonna push it out. Clay strips right next to the shoulder blade. I'm just gonna sculpt in this shape here, if you can kind of see that. I wish I knew the muscle names a bit better. Instead of just saying here, that, this. But this here goes like up toward the back of the head though. And then I am going to actually drag up a little bit. So that we have like this curve here that comes out and then goes in, and then the head. You kind of want that because you don't want it to have it where it's flat like that. It looks horrible. Like a natural hunch there. And And maybe this could be back a little bit. A little bit. Strips. See, this is, I'm missing that reference, so I'm just kind of hiding it right now. Just doing smooth. And then, yeah. So let's put in the arm. Use a cylinder. Drop it to 12. Density, I guess? I don't know. Subdivision. And then scale it down. Right now it's like an A pose, but I guess it depends on what pose you want to do. Like, if the character's arms are raised, kind of like how, like this pose. If you're doing this pose, you probably want an A pose. You definitely want an A pose. But the pose that I want to do is this one, if you can see that. So eventually I'll do an A pose or T pose, but for now it's an A pose. Just gonna scale it, keep scaling it. Okay, maybe not too thick. What the freak? Why is my name being thrown around? I don't know. Wait, how'd you know? Were you watching the whole time, or did you just get here, or what? What's happening here? Now, this is the one thing that I don't like about Blender. Because you notice how we inserted the cylinder and then we moved it into this position? When you go into Sculpt mode, can't speak. You can see that it's like it's stretched. And the annoying part is that you have to move the pivot. Damn, that peaked there. You have to move the pivot back to the center, and then you can move it back to the center of the object. And to do that normally, I believe you go to Object, Apply all transforms. So move the pivot back to the center, and then to move it back to the center of the object, you go to Set Origin to Geometry, and then you'll have the pivot back to the center. And then now when you go to Sculpt mode, now it's behaving the way it should, the remesh. So this really annoying part of Blender. It's a very extra step that you have to do. And now the issue with that is, again, another issue. Even when you have the orientation to normal, it's still pointing like up to Z and X, and not like on the line of the object where it should be. So right here in Tool property, there's Origin, where you can move the pivot around like this freely. And unfortunately, it's not going to be exact. You can go to the magnet and go to vertex, but actually no, it's still not working. Hey LOL, welcome. Did I not say welcome? Still making progress on that the 3D print model. I was working on it earlier today. I'll send the whips soon, but it should be done very soon though. So when you have this origin clicked, now you can rotate it back to exact, or try to be exact. Right there. And then when you go back to normal, you have it back, and it'll be even like that. Yeah. Why? Because it would be so if you do it straight from adding it, the biggest issue is when you go to Sculpt, you can see already that I'm pointing to the screen. You can see already that the brush is distorted. So when you go to remesh and you're trying to sculpt, look what happens. I feel like the Blender peeps should definitely look into this, because this is very annoying and it just slows down the process a little bit compared to this one. Compared to this one's even, so that's why. Yep, Blender peeps like me, yep. I'm gonna switch to standing mode because I'm getting fatigued sitting down. Standing, quote unquote. Yeah, standing. Okay. Anyways, that took a while. Let's put a mirror modifier. Actually, I'm going to move the pivot. Oops. At the top, so I can easily like just do this. We'll rotate it like that, and then let's put in our legs. Cylinder. Oh, it was actually Windows automatic gain control that was doing that. That nonsense of yesterday, or from the last year. Nikki's, I thought you were gonna go to sleep. What are you doing here? So you may notice that we're just putting in the cylinders. What about the proportions? We will get to that in a second. So we just want a cylinder that's not too thick. too thick. So now, I can't resist your streams. Just kidding. Nikki's, what do you mean? Don't let Spongy know she's your sister brother. What? Okay. Distractions. So how do we figure out the proportions here? There's a lot of good references out there on the different proportions. We're doing an adult proportion, like, so we're gonna go with 8 heads. So you can use heads to determine like the length of like the torso, and mainly the torso, because like when we get more detail on to the legs, then we can measure the arms. Oops. A bit. So we're just gonna sculpt the legs first, so that we can easily determine the length of the arms. Sometimes I make it too short. Sometimes. Let's make it a little bit longer, something like that. We're still eyeing it. That's not what I mean, Spongy. I want you to be here. I want you to look at my streams. Okay. So again, same problem as before. The brush is distorted when we inserted a mesh. It's very annoying, and it's a Blender problem. So again, object set origin, or sorry, apply all transforms to center the pivot, and then object, you don't have to set it back, but I like to set it back, origin to geometry, and then click on origins in the tool properties to move the pivot, and then unclick it, so that if you need to, you can like rotate it this way instead of from the center. Yeah, I mean, still, like, you can do like a more stylized like proportions, like how Spongy mentioned. What I've noticed is Mihoyo usually goes longs with the legs and shorter torso. Why not just apply scale so pivot won't move? Could I just do it that way because it's just the way that I know. It's just like, for some reason it does that. It distorts. -2 likes for... Are you for real, dude? This has been an issue. For like the longest freaking time. Nobody disliked yet. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna put some subdivisions on legs, like 12-ish. Okay, from the bottom, I'm gonna smooth. This might actually be a little bit too thin. smooth. And then let's see here. Move the center inwards a little bit. Smooth the top. Make it thicker. Didn't make it a little bit too thick. And then smooth the top. Kind of make it go inwards. I don't know if her hips need to be wider. Could be a little bit wider. I don't wear glasses. 20/20 perfect vision. And I'm just gonna go in. Dig in on this line here. And then make the upper, make the thighs thicker. It's a bit too thin. And just gonna push this out a little bit, just a little bit. Calves. So you have like a shape, kind of like this. I guess when you're just sculpting details, not to make it too detailed if you're doing anime style. Again, you can, whatever you want to do. I was gonna ask how y'all do with having glasses, headphones on. I'm wearing earbuds. Oh, yeah. Bring out the knee a little bit. Smooth. And increase this more. Okay, so we do have to mirror it. Just to see. And I'm gonna subdivide it with the modifier. And then apply that. Not gonna remesh yet. Not yet. Just that the knees kind of go in a little bit. So you kind of just want the knees. You can use your own leg as reference. If you notice your knee is like straight down, and then your shin is like kind of like curved off a bit. So it's kind of this the same shape that you want. PC gang. I said if anyone here is mobile user, you're getting banned. Just kidding, just kidding. Wait, Chris, will we get jiggle physics since it's a triple Z model? That is the goal. Eventually. Eventually I do want to animate somehow. have a reference for like the knee and shin. Other than here. Can you see that curvature? It's kind of what we want. Put more detail. Try to define the knee. Well, it's low res. I think it's 2 up, isn't it? Okay. So this might be too short, but now that we have at least something we can measure. Now this is the first thing I'm gonna use that's, oh shoot, oh no, I have to be in Sculpt mode. This is a paid add-on that you can get. No, it was like up here. Yeah, her legs are way too short. That allows you to measure. Yeah, it's way too short. And then, let's see. Pelvis should be at 4. Alright guys, not free to play. Pick it up. The other way is to copy the head like this. The free to play. Way to do it is copy it and put an array on, what was it, Z? Line it up to where the top of the head, and then just do it that way. 8. You can do it that way. But you can see it's like way off though. Actually, should I do 8 heads? Should I? I want to make her too thick. Or what it should be. Trying to like adjust it without breaking it too much. We're still not remeshing it. Not yet. There's still a foot though. Sometimes I don't do exactly 8 heads, to be honest. I just go by whatever looks good. It's probably bad, I don't know. can get this add-on here. That's why I got it, because of that. It's really nice to have. Which one was it? Is it this one? It used to be $3, now it's $5. It's this add-on. I should recommend it. It's very useful to have it. It's the same creator that made this. That's fine. Girls' Fun Light 2 skins are whack. Really? You gonna slide me $5 to get it, Chris? I don't have money, okay? Mi no tengo dinero. Okay. It's the tariffs that's increasing the price. Oh no. Alright, so I'm just adjusting. I feel like ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? I don't know. I don't know. Still not remeshing yet. Okay. Let's talk about the butt. Go ahead onto the ass. Sometimes I see some sculpts with the butt like this, or it looks like that. We are going to talk about how to avoid that, making your butt too flat. La biblioteca está cruzando la... I can't read, I don't know. I give up. Anyways, I'm just adjusting. Here, just pushing out. Pushing. If you make Xuan's booty flat, I'm personally coming over and fixing it. Wow. Bet. Okay, so this is coming out way too much. Just pushing out. out too much. So I just pushed it out, and then I have a shape like this. So pretty much, instead of this, basically just push it inwards, so you have this shape here. And then from the ends here, I'm gonna do this. I don't have a reference for that. I really need a... The next time I explain it, I'll have... Okay, so I'm gonna need to put the pin down and do what Spongy says. Let's see here. Who is this? No, I'm gonna look. I mean, it looks good. It looks cool. Do you like that skin, or is that the skin that you don't like? That you're not huge on? Am I even seeing the right thing though? It'd be cool if you're specifically say what game it is. I'm assuming it's Girls Frontline 2. I think it's a little bit thickness here. And then okay, this looks still too flat. Keep in mind that it goes, the fat pads also go up here. Now this is too thin. Just gonna make that type of shape smooth. And make sure going inwards to kind of define this here. Make it a little bit easier. Just adjusting. I like it, but like she's got boob curtains, and when she moves, you can see pasties on her, bro. Like, damn, really? Dang. That's intense. I'm just going like in a circle fashion. Again, it goes up here as well. Now that we did that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with admiring art. It's art, but 3D. Okay, now this is like what's happening here. Took a lot of work to make that character. I'm just gonna find this a little bit better. Alright, Nickies, thank you for coming a second time. See you later. Good night. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Alright. This angled a little bit better. I kind of just jump into other stuff without really thinking about the flow. Pull out the ankle. This would be the ankle. Just make sure that it's like angled. I don't have a picture for that. She's wearing heels though. It's not a... is there... This doesn't show it. You can see here that this one is higher than the... I don't know specifically the name though. But the one inside is higher than the outside. Something like that. Really, in this case, I really want to like define her legs a bit more. I think that might add more to the model. We'll get there. I guess after this, if anyone is willing, I really would appreciate it if you can comment on like how I explain things. Am I explaining it good or bad? Because before making an actual tutorial, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to find my like flow when trying to explain this stuff, because I don't want to rush into making a tutorial and then it's like, oh, I forgot about this or something like that, or I should have explained this better. Okay. Move this forward a bit. The crease sharp. I'm going to put in this this muscle string here and like this detail here. I guess mine. I'm just gonna go like across, something like that. Shit. Nope. Nope. Something like that. Just gonna smooth a bit. Put in a little bit because it's still low res right now. Just a little bit. Like these leg muscles here. This does look off though. Yeah. I am not a pro. But I feel like at least I can try to help with forming the body though. I'm not really paying attention to your explaining. Okay. That's fine. Okay, now that we have the legs, now the arms are too short. Make them longer. So I'm just imagining this is like the wrist. Not the hand, but the wrist. Right here. I'm just like lining it up to kind of where the pelvis is. Unmount this guy. I'm here because your stuff is good. Wait, Lamau. Forward arrow. Shoeboy, don't give him ideas. I feel like Shoeboy should be the mod, to be honest. If I'm gonna be honest. Should we run a poll? Why would we run a poll for that? Something like that. Stretch this down a little bit. That's why I really want to do another anatomy study. I kept saying that. I keep saying that, but I just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just freaking lazy. Our shoe boy should be like at least VIP. Or somebody came in. Where is our concept work for the 3 main collab? You can do an anime Discord stream? Oh wait, good question. I know, right? Like, where is it? We should be doing that right now, and not this. But, you know, that didn't happen. This is still lacking. Let's find out a little bit better. I didn't say not to. I said if you want to. But I said something like me doing this right now was like the alternative if you didn't want to do it, and to let me know if you if you do it or not, or something like that. I don't know. Shoeboy probably fell asleep or something because he didn't respond. You DM'd Shoeboy? Really? What's going on here? What's going on here? I need reference for the back specifically. I don't have it right now. I did though. This man didn't even pull up in my DMs. So actually, it was well, it still means that you still didn't do it though. So we can only imagine what could have been. In a different parallel universe, what we could be doing right now. Alright, so going back to the body, I need the one thing I really need is to have the images or references pulled up. Okay, so for kind of where the end of the rib cage is, like at the bottom here, just gonna do like a V shape. To define that. And then I'm just gonna keep going. Oops, it's too. Go wide and then straight down. And something like that. And then you can mark the middle a bit. Not all the way though. Not all the way. Something like that. Just put in the belly button. Let's keep, let me define a little bit. Is she like, well, now that you are here, is that something that would interest you all for the next stream? Yes. I would say yes, yes. I already said yes. So now that we marked belly, what I'm gonna do is, or maybe this should be lower a bit. I'm gonna push in a little bit, kind of where like the middle of like the ribcage here, and then the belly button. Push in a little bit, so it kind of comes in down like that. The belly button out a little bit, so you have a belly. Like that. And then define the pecs a little bit more. The line here. The back still sucks. I just need to get... I have a reference for it, but I just need to load it. Guys, why can't I skip... Why can't I skip this YouTube video to where he sculpts the booba? Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and talk about the breast. So we're gonna add a mesh UV sphere. Honestly, just default. Oops. Subdivisions. Right here. And then it's definitely big. So it's like a side view. Let me copy this. No, that's not what I want. God. How do I get out of here? What the fuck did I just do? Oh, what? Oh, right here. Copy this. I guess that's the only side view, or no, this one? It's just this one. But I want to see it from like the other way. Let's see, right? Here. Ayo, I'm kidding. Haha. So starting off from the sphere, kind of move it from the side to the side, on either side, whatever. And just trying to eye it here. Sculpt mode, grab brush, and then from the top. This guy keeps sending me GIFs, not the sketches. Wow. Oh shoot, I just saw this. That's what you were talking about. You didn't tell me you put it on Discord, dude. This is what Spongy was talking about earlier. Right here. Damn. Damn. Okay, let's go back to Pure. I did tell you to put on Discord. What are you doing? Did you? I don't remember. That wasn't showing up for me. Okay, so from the top, he hasn't even shown me, so I guess I'm excluded already. So I don't know what's going on now. So from the top, I'm gonna drag to the back toward the torso, like that. And then from the top, I'm gonna go like around here, kind of go in a bit. Okay, cool, that's fine on the side view, but the front view is too like pointing toward the middle. It should be kind of pointing away from each other. And then I'm just adjusting. just gonna keep smooth and then pushing back. I sent a screenshot into the share if you want to see what I'm talking about. I don't see anything in my guide. Oh, is it this character or what? I'm confused. I'm actually, I don't know, I'm confused. So we're gonna subdivide once. Alright, or just keep the subdivision. Just gonna drag down a little bit. Just keep adjusting. Smooth. Now, this should be like more. Oh, okay. So it was kind of like too. It should be like smooth looking. I don't know how to explain it. More like this ish. So we keep pushing down. Let's put a mirror. Yeah. You can see like it's not right at all. It should be like more something like that and then move like that. Cause you don't want it like pointing like that. It shouldn't be like that. It should be like away from each other if you look at it from the top view. Because the nipple would be like right here, right? So, is it big enough though? Is it? Yeah. Let's see. It's a big I think it's big enough. It looks big. To me, at least. Yeah, a little bit bigger, just to make sure. Although when you do scale it, just kind of bring it out more a little bit. That's what she said. Just in this top part a bit more. So that's how I start it. You can like sculpt it in. But I just feel like it's a bit easier to keep things separate like this at first. Might need more since you lose some volume on Retopo. That's true. Let's go ahead and increase it a little bit. Bring it out a tiny bit. Pretty good measure. Just a little bit. Okay, cool. So we did the legs, the body, and then we started the breasts, the boobs. Now I do want to go back to the head. Or no, let's do the arm. Let's do the arm. Arms, I'm not good at arms. I don't know why I struggle with arms. It's too thin. Let's kind of increase it a little bit. Remesh. I didn't get water. BRB. Shit. Okay, so add a bit of thickness to the arm, and just gonna use the crease. Oh wait, is this even? This even here? Do like a U-shape-ish on the middle part, and then just go down. Form the forearm. Then just bring out the elbow a little bit. Since you're both here, should be already existing character. Do I make one up? Could be easier if it's an existing character, right? Whatever is easier. The elbow's too high. Yeah. I really need to do an arm study. Yeah, anything you want. Anything. I always like to bend the arm while sculpting. Looks weird when it's straight at first. Just a little bit. It's good enough for the arm. Let's go back to the head. So now we have our head. Smooth a bit more. Let's see. Let's get our reference. Type of eye shape she has. Hestia from Danmachi. Hair's not too hard, she's got personality. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why not do it? We'll do it. Hold on. I think. Just looking at this. Now in this case, the ears are still separated and it has its own face set, so you can use topology to move it separate still. just in case I need to adjust it. So, if you didn't know that. Okay, so I'm gonna increase the density. I'm just gonna smooth. And then I'm just gonna mark the actual eyes. So it's very like angular. It's like here. When it comes to like the spacing though, it's definitely a little bit too far apart. Just trying to move it. But also you don't want it too big. Sometimes I see some where they would use one eye length here to determine the spacing, but I honestly don't feel like it works for like the anime style, because it'll end up looking too like spaced out. Trying to make sense. So for like the eyes, I kind of just eye it. To be honest, I don't follow a strict measurement for that. Yeah, I'll see the European malls and SFW malls. Yeah, seen a bit of that. Is unfortunate. Bring up the cheeks a little bit. Still works. Really trying to hide this. Yeah, I wonder how that is for Galactic. Is like, do you see stuff on, I guess, Twitter and other sites where it's like blocked for you if you're here, Galactic? Wasn't it like the UK, or is it like all of the EU? This down a little bit. You don't want to make it too big either. No, I don't see things. You don't see stuff blocked. Like, what does it say? Like, according to your country's something, you must do this or whatever. Use the crease to dig in that next to the nose a little bit more. Okay. So one thing I should have done was smooth. Sometimes I use smooth to flatten things like that. I should have like smoothed this a little bit more to flatten it. top of the, kind of where the cheek bone is. Just kind of highlight the cheekbone a little bit more. Well, try not to make it too realistic looking, I guess. Due to local laws for temporary restricting, oh yeah, that. But you see that, right? That pops up for you. Because I thought it was only a UK, but I guess now it's like all of EU. Damn, it sucks. Oh no. I think it needs to be bigger a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Too big? Okay, I'm gonna bring this with the end of the eye. Let's bring it in a little bit. So I'll try to maintain. You see this line a lot. This here. I'm trying to maintain that. So I bring it too forward. So it look weird. Okay, so let's go to the ear a little bit. All of Europe. Damn. I think there's a bill here in US that's similar, which I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't pass. I think that looks better. No. Something's weird here. I mean, does it really affect you though? Do you follow a lot of NSFW artists at all? Just trying to get the ear more detailed. Doing a lot of smoothing on here. Okay, next, now I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna go in, or actually I should define this a bit more. In the eyes, remesh. It's very stern. Yeah, this like vertex cage modeling, I don't. There's already a lot of videos on that, I think. That's like double the time though. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's just keep it wide. Cool. Let's put in the mouth. Kind of like more at the top. If you use the bottom of the chin and then the nose, more closer to the nose, where we'll mark it. So it's literally just a line across, and then at the end, go down a little bit. So we have that. Grab. Maybe it's better like this. I mean, yeah, with the line and then the grab, we're gonna pull out the upper lip and the bottom lip. So from the side view, we have that shape going on. So for like the chin to the nose, so I'm gonna push the sides a bit more. Chin, I'm just gonna come in a little bit smooth. A little bit. I like the cheek. It's not round enough. So it's still quite low right now. But it's forward. For now, that'll be fine. And then go back to the eye. I always like to define that eyelid here. That's just me. All of Europe is a lot. Yeah. Sucks. That's just me though, I like to define the eyelid like that. Actually got that from, well, I remember I watched a lot of Leslie06, and they used to stream on Twitch. It's one thing I noticed that they do that, and I liked it, so oops, that's on there. Is it the same? Actually, no. called default. Should I put in the eye? Use the sphere, cut it in half, and then use that. As the base. Feel like now the ears are too low. Looks too low. I mean, that's how you can start the body. You know, I never asked who you watch when you're not streaming or like in your free time. I like to watch, but he only streams on Mondays though. I always like to watch Shane Olsen. He does a lot of stylized characters. I learned a lot before, or like when I barely started doing like character modeling. I learned a lot of like using ZBrush more. And then before I did character stuff, I used to always watch Leslie06 and then Sakaki. And then, but currently they don't really stream that much. I would watch a lot of art stuff, basically. But now I still watch them. I like to watch, I just watch a whole bunch of IRL streams. Like Rob CD. I like to have him on the second monitor while I'm doing stuff on 3D. It's mostly at this time he streams. A little bit of Sea-Dog. What else? Bro. You guys heard that real time. I dropped my mug. It's just water, it's fine. It didn't get to anything. That was bad. It's just water. It's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. It's just water. Thank you. Could they have a limiter on? That would have been like insane. That would have been more like ear piercing. It's because I my elbow bumped into the mug and then it fell. And all the water fell. And then the mic is like on the table, so it's like extra loud. Everything is just fine. Everything is fine. I mean, it's like clear. It's like it's hard to see it. It's a good thing I have this silicone pad here. Let's block the water. Damn, I have to turn out. I have to dry that out. I had a really cheap boom arm and it broke. Turn the camera at you? Sure. Sure thing. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. This is what it looks like. It's like hard to see. That's like a puddle right there. Shouldn't you clean this up? Yeah, I should, but I'm like streaming or I take like 20 minutes BRB to dry this thing up. So which one do you want? Drink it, ew. Oh shit. One. Just sip it up, duh. Heck no. I blame Spongy. It's all his fault. Put in the eyebrows. Start the eyelashes. Now this may look a little not anime style, but it's just something that I always adjust afterwards, because since now I have like something down, then I kind of just go and adjust it later, if that makes sense. Solidify. masking. I can never get used to this icons. And mask, extract. Apply that. I can't believe that fucking happened. Just making just like the hair cap. There you go. Okay, cool. Start on the hands. Going back to the arms. Just gonna drag down. Just to start it. Start on the hands. Mask this off, smooth. And scale. Fuck. Okay. Pull out the thumbs. I can. At least the start of the thumb. Wrist. Oh. Flatten this part out. Flatten the side here. Flatten the top here. The side here. Flatten this more. Alright, I think that'll be it for this stream. So that's how I start a model, I guess. Still super early. Next stream, wanting to focus on the print model. Almost done with that one. So probably stream on Monday-ish. I need to clean this up. I fucking can't believe that. Yeah. Pretty much. Just gonna put in the cube. I mean, I'll still show the process of sculpting, like the foot, hands, and stuff, and everything, like I usually do. So yeah. That's pretty much it. This is this month's Patreon model. The pose idea that I have right now is this one that I did in ZBrush. This pretty much would be the pose. And yeah, I don't know what else. Is there anything else? Are we still gonna do that? Are we still gonna do that collab? Is that actually gonna be real or no? Is that actually happening? How would we like? The only thing is like, how would I share the screen though? Because my PC freaking sucks. Because it'd be cool to show like your screen, like Shoeboy. I don't know. We could do like a test first. To see how it is. You know what I mean? There's so much water that I'm literally stepping on wet carpet. It's fucking bad. Twitch stream together, but wouldn't be like too spicy for Twitch? I know. Fucking god. How are we doing this? YouTube? It'll be a lot easier on YouTube. But again, the only issue is it doesn't have like the stream together thing that Twitch has. I mean, this is like a whole nother model too. Like, are we just gonna like do like a quick sculpt on it just for that stream only? Type of thing? Is it gonna be like an asymmetric sculpt challenge type of thing? Type of thing? One stream, 72 hours. It'd be like, holy shit. So this is the character. Yeah, disable this one. Again, this is the character. It'll be on this outfit and as well as a nude version. Still trying to figure out if I can do a background or not. I have to like research on like Chinese architecture to make a good background. Alrighty, well, still got no DM of anything, so if anything, just tell me, DM me, please. Otherwise, I'm just gonna work on something. Work on either this model or the Scarlet one. That one's almost done, but it's just the lace pattern. It's like freaking difficult. Alright, so I'm just gonna end it here and then continue working on the print model until I get tired. But meanwhile, I need to freaking clean this up because it's freaking bad. It's like actually bad. Excuses? What excuses? Excuses. This one's really good. You guys seen this one? Make it bigger. Just have these for like reference. The original art. Share the ref file? This one? I don't know, because these ones are paid. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I had to remove this whole thing. This one's from ArtStation, these ones. This one's free. Who's the cosplayer? I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter and I was like, this is where like the pose, where I got the pose idea from. Basically. But I don't know who it is. It's this one. Also this one. I was gonna do like a standing one like this. Dude, bro, for real, I don't know who it is. I could look if I liked it or bookmarked it. That's if I did that. I was gonna do something standing like that. Can ignore that one. The bottom right one is too much. Just a screenshot, in-game screenshot. I think I showed that one, right? Free cute. I'm gonna look if I find the original post. I'll share it on Discord. But yeah. Like this one too. It's like a solid yellow color for the background. Could maybe do something similar. I would like to try to do an actual background like this one. To be honest, that's if I can try to do it. Alright, is there anything else? Check out my Patreon, please, if you're interested on this model. If the freaking bot works. Okay, is it gonna work? Okay. And then I'll be back soon. Peace. See ya. Loser. Loser.